All right, and with that, we're going to turn it over to Lou Wheatcraft and talking about requirements working group.
Okay, let me share my screen. Okay, do you see the slides? Whoops, there we go.
Yes, we see them.
Yep,
Okay.
we can see.
Okay, so I'll briefly go through the requirement working group. Our purpose of the requirement working group is to advance the practices and education theory of needs and requirements development and management and relationship and needs and requirements of the system engineering functions. Notice a big change that we have is we don't just talk about requirements anymore. We're talking about needs and requirements. And that's kind of a theme through a lot of what we're doing is to emphasize the fact that we need to understand what the stakeholder needs are and do a lot of work up front before we do requirements. So you see that in a lot of our products. And so we want to expand and promote the body of knowledge of needs and requirements and its benefits. And we're doing this through a bunch of products that I'll go through. And the scope of activities is, across the life cycle is listed here. But, we're all about understanding how to improve system engineering. I got to get rid of these things. Okay. Further the practice of system engineering from a needs and requirements verification validation perspective. Tammy Katz is the chair from Ball Aerospace. I'm a co-chair and a past chair. Mike Ryan is the co-chair and past chair, and Raymond Wolfgang is a co-chair. If you're a member of Incose, you can go to the Connect collaboration site, and you can see a lot of our activities and products and stuff that we're working. We're one of the largest working groups, a little over 400 members, and we've been very active, the last couple of years in a lot of different areas. And we have members from industry and academia, with the common purpose of focusing on, needs and requirements development management across the life cycle. One of our key products is this diagram, and it's been evolving over time. And I know it's Jim Armstrong's on, and he's gave us good feedback that resulted in expanding this. The big thing is that validation occurs across the life cycle, verification occurs across the life cycle. Even after you fielded a system post-development, there's still validation, verification. This also talks about integration of something that happens across the life cycle. It's not, the old, it's system engineering V. We talk about I, V, and V in the right side of the V. We're trying to dispel, some of that. And there's a link here. I'll provide these charts, and people can download this diagram. I've been hearing from a lot of organizations that are printing this out in poster form and putting it in their putting it on bulletin boards and on their walls, and a lot of discussion in understanding the context of verification validation. There's a version of this that we've been working on that's going to be included in the new system engineering handbook, only the focus is on the technical processes in context for that. We have we're developing a series of products, and they're in concert with the system engineering handbook, and a key product is our needs and requirements manual. It was first released in just before IW in January, and then we're releasing our other new products. And so from an alignment standpoint, we've made some updates to the manual, and one thing we've done is shorten the title. We have a paper, Integrated Data as Foundation System Engineering. Oh, I'm sorry, this keeps moving. We have our guides to needs and requirements, the guides to verification and validation that are condensed versions of what's in the manual. The guide for writing requirements has been out quite a while. It was our main product, and as developing all these other products, we've moved some stuff around. And then there's several working groups that have contacted us, and they're going to develop a domain-specific guides in the context of what's in the manual, only tailored to their specific domain in that respect. And all of these products are now available in the Incose store as of May. So the needs and requirements manual is the main one. It's about 470 pages. And like I said, it was called the Needs, Requirements, Verification, Validation Lifecycle Manual. And people said the title's too long, so we shortened the main title and then included a subtitle that gets the thought across. And we have our other guides. They'll have kind of a similar look and feel. And again, I should have changed this bottom line. They actually have all been approved on in the Incose store. And the guide to writing requirements was called the guide for writing requirements. And it has a bunch of characteristics of good needs and requirements and sets of needs and requirements, and had traceability between the rules and those characteristics. One thing that we've added now is it's fully integrated with all of our other products. So all our products point to each other. And in the bottom right, you'll see there's a lot of activities that we perform that are probably more important when it comes to developing a good set of needs and requirements than just following the rules and having the characteristics. And so we've added a table in here that shows, the quality focus on different of the different rules, and then mapping those to the characteristics of individual needs and requirements, as well as sets of needs and requirements. And then we've added then a similar table for the needs and requirements manual concept and activities, how they relate to the characteristics. And so we have the same mapping. And so a big change here is you can you can have the perfectly formed requirement statement, but it can still be the wrong requirement. And so there's a lot of activities that feed into making sure you have the correct requirements, the correct set of requirements. And so it's a big change that we had in there. And so it goes through all the different sections for that. In the past, when you downloaded a copy of the guide to writing requirements, you also got a summary sheet. So we've updated that summary sheet. It includes these, the matrices I just went over. It has definitions of different terms and definitions of the characteristics. It goes through all the rules and has a table of attributes you can include to help better develop and manage your requirements on that. The requirement working group, last year we formed our own YouTube channel. It's Incose RWG. And so all of our presentations are available on that to both Incose and non-Incose members. So if you just go to Incose RWG channel and subscribe to it, you'll get notification whenever we add any new material. And so an overview of all of our products. There's several presentations on that, other presentations that we've given over the year. Any work we did at IW, there's a channel for that, and so on. And then from an event standpoint, we're a very active working group. We have monthly activities, events. We alternate between having a guest speaker on the needs, requirements, verification, validation kind of topics. And then we have exchange cafes where we just have a general discussion that goes about any topic that the attendees want to talk about. Similar to the other exchange cafes that Incose has, but this one's focused on, the topics that are of interest to members of the working group. And the events over 2022 in January, we had 2 days of pre-IW events, and there's like 13 different presentations, and there's a playlist set up for that, and there's a link here. And again, I'm going to give you a copy of this. And then we had a hybrid session, couple-hour session during IW itself. And then we have the different exchange cafes and presentations that have taken place up to now. And upcoming events, we are going to have one session at IS on Tuesday, June 28th, 1:30 to 2:55 Eastern Standard Time. It's not a whole lot of time, but we're going to give a basic an extended session to what I'm giving right now. And then several of the different working groups have wanted to collaborate with us in developing their own guides based on what's in our products. So Beth Wilson is going to be giving a presentation on system of systems challenges. And then we're going to have an exchange cafe after that, just to have a open discussion about those challenges and how they can be addressed based on the activities and concepts in our products. And then we're going to have a talk in September on interfaces, just interfaces in general, interface management, anything that people want to talk about. And then October, November, then the system security working group is going to have the same kind of thing they did the system of systems. December 14th, Henry Matfork is going to talk about configuration management across the digital thread. And this complements one of the presentations he gave in our pre-IS or our IW sessions. And so with that, that's a quick summary of the working group. I encourage you to download the products and hope they help you. Any comments you have, feel free to send us your comments.
Downloaded some of the products, and they are very nice.
Oh,
and they
thank you.
are helpful and informative. So thank you. Thank you for this.
Yeah, thank
You guys
you,
are
Lou.
doing a great job.
Yeah, thanks. And be sure to send me the slide deck and some other information. We'll post that with the after action report for the meeting, Lou.
Hey,
So-
Quentin, can we ask a question?
A quick one.
Yeah, okay.
Try to get to
Hey,
our speak.
real quick. In the past, it's been text-based requirements, right, in the manual. Have you guys expanded out to other type of requirements as well besides text-based?
No, and yes. So I know there's some thought that you don't need text-based requirements anymore. Excuse me. We kind of disagree. In section 3 of the manual has a discussion about text-based requirements, and then requirements, say, in models and stuff, are two sides of the same coin. There's advantages of both. And there's certain things that are needed from a requirement standpoint, communication, and there's about 7 or 8 different reasons why you still need text-based requirements. But then there's 7 or 8 reasons why the underlying analysis you can get through modeling and so on will help with the quality of those sets of requirements. So that's the approach that we take, is that one thing that model-based system engineering has done is it's given us a set of tools so we can do a lot more underlying analysis from which our needs and requirements are developed. And again, when we talk about needs and requirements, 2 totally different things, 2 different perspectives. And so we're trying to get people to quit thinking about just requirements and think about needs and requirements.
All right. Thank you, Lou. Really appreciate that update.